Welcome, beautiful yogis, to another session with myself, Theodora. Now, as with every practice, please modify and adjust as you need to, and you can always come into child's pose to allow yourself to rest and take a breather. So it doesn't matter where you start on your mat today. You can be at the top of the mat, middle of the mat, back of the mat. We're just going to ground our feet. Really simple technique to really activate all the muscles in your feet. So big toes press down and try to spread all of the remaining toes. And now really press the heels down. So you might even start to feel the arches activate here. So when you press the feet down, you'll start to feel the legs move differently. So as you press all four corners of your feet down, lift the arches, lift. And what you'll notice is the inner parts of your legs will start to activate as well. And then once you lift the chest, you might even feel your glutes activate here. So grounding yourself, bring your hands to your heart center, close the eyes, tuck your tailbone under, and crown of the head is reaching to the heavens above. So we're going to take a few moments here to ground the energy of whatever is going on with you at this present time. So just becoming a pillar of stillness and strength. So deep breaths, both the inhale and the exhale. Now when you breathe in, try not to activate the shoulders. Keep them down, try to breathe in a bit more towards the belly, and as you exhale, just feel yourself becoming more and more connected to the earth. So if the word activate doesn't really resonate, you can always say awaken, right? So waking up those muscles, getting the engine fired up, switching on. Take 2 more breaths here. Good, last one. Release the arms down, give your legs a bit of a shake out. Now, if you do that correctly, you should actually feel a little bit fatigued and your posture will change. We're going to go into some your feet wide and circle those hips around. So today's going to be a bit of a gentle flow. And with any of the poses, so if we do say a high lunge, you can always drop the back knee down, just change directions. You make it a bit more of a low lunge, especially if any knee issues or balance issues. With your chaturangas, you can do the knees as opposed to from a plank position. So there are ways to modify the poses to work for you. All right, once you've done your hip circles, about 5 to 7 circles each way, bring your feet closer together. Now we are going to do awakening of the feet. So again, spread your toes wide, roll back onto the heels and up onto the balls of the feet, maybe the big toes. Good, lifting tall, shoulders back. Breathe. Good, lift and lengthen. Simple little exercise that can be incorporated just into your daily moves. And with your feet, there are a lot of pressure points. I've noticed now that I don't do as much footwork as I used to do when I was an athlete. My feet get tight and then my Achilles start to hurt. So once I start to stretch them out, maybe roll them on a ball or even do this a bit more regularly, I find the calves and the Achilles are a little happier with me. So food for thought there, especially if you're a runner. Let's do your ankle rolls here. 5 to 7 circles each way. This is great for coordination. if you're a little bit clumsy, if you're a little bit sort of, you trip over all the time or you lose your footing, these exercises, awakening of the feet and ankle rolls, are really great to just activate, that's the word for me this morning, and awaken the nerves and the message from the brain to the rest of the body, especially the feet. So it's like you're rewiring, firing up those neural pathways. All right, so let's shake the legs out and let's do the arms as well. So as I said, you can stand anywhere on your mat today, or at least for the moment. Again, get your feet grounded. Lifting tall, we're going to take the arms up to the sky. So as you inhale, bring your hands to the ceiling, palms together, slightly lean back, squeeze your bum, and then bend your knees. Let's come into a forward fold. Again, it is going to be a gentle flow today, so move as you need to. Halfway lift, breathe it in. All right, we're going to walk into a plank. So as I mentioned, your plank can be from all fours or from a 6-point contact. Now you can do that throughout the rounds, so I'm not cueing that for every single time we do this. Tuck that tailbone under and press the floor away from you. Good. So as you can see, I'm gently rocking back and forward. Good. Keep breathing. Slow. Breathe in. Look over one shoulder towards the back of your mat. Over the other side. Stretching out your neck. Your hips back into a child's pose. So bum reaches back towards all fours. Let's do a few rounds of cat-cows. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Good. Chin to sky. Chin to chest. Really try to move the shoulders as much as you can. So roll them forward and then be intentional to roll them back. Back to center. Let's lift your hips up, downward facing dog. So again, spread your toes wide and also spread your fingers wide. We're going to walk the feet in place, lifting one heel up and down at a time. Remember to breathe. It's one thing to breathe normally. Don't have to think about it, but here, I always like to say in my classes, I have sometimes really try and suck that air in. Imagine you're taking the scent of something you really love, like fresh bread or some type of perfume that just very light, you just draw it in, or smell of freshly brewed coffee. Just take it in. I'm gonna make myself hungry here. Okay, so lengthen the heels down, especially fresh bread, my goodness. All right. Let's come back to downward facing dog. We're going to float forward one more time into your high plank. Belly in. And remember, your sense of smell is the first thing that gets awakened, and it'll just take you back to a certain memory. So let's have good memories right now in this practice. All right, let's lower down. Sit, stretch out the neck. Again, push those hips back, those arms forward. Pull back onto all fours. So we did cat-cows just previously. I want you to do some body rolls here. So you're going to circle the hips around. And if you're able to, tuck the toes under and work a bit more through the fascia and the soles. Doesn't have to be completely circle. It could be more of a jelly bean shape or move around. Get some flow. Breathe. So a few circles on and then change directions. Or you can all, doesn't matter, just get some flow. Keep moving. Let's come back to center, downward facing dog. And walk it out. So I got distracted by sense and using your breath to breathe in slowly and deeply. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Any of your practices with myself or anyone else, when you breathe, it's like you open the deeper part of your nasal passage and you breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, make sure you're taking a big deep breath out. That is the release of the tension, the stress. Not just the physical, but there is so much more happening on the energetic level. Press both heels down. We're going to step our feet forward in a moment. So bend your knees, look towards your hands. You're going to step the right foot outside the right hand, left foot outside the left hand. Keep your feet flat. Sit. As long as your feet sit, you can sit forward. More of a half squat. Now, your knees, it's one of your heels into the, or your tailbone to the sky, square your feet, come into a forward fold. Now wriggle your bum side to side. You can do that with one knee bent and then extend the other one, or just wriggle the hips. And if there's no dizziness that you experience, let your head hang down. See if you can look through the legs or to the back of your mat. Good. Let's bring it back to center. Release your arms, tuck the chin in. We're going to roll the spine up slowly. Keep breathing. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And then once you're all the way up to standing, let's do some shoulder rolls. We're just going to go up and back. Up and back. 5 to 7 circles. I really enjoy the color coming through your screen now. Everything is a frequency. It's a big conversation for me, this frequency. And just, if you understand how it works, you understand that color, every word, every sentence is a certain type of energy. And so every time or hear or feel something, it has an impact on us. So we're going to have the hands by our legs. So push your hips out to the side as you do this. Side. And which helps prior video again following me, or there is something said about the our brain activity, hormones, cadence. We really get back to those. They're like all that old info was used and known about making it, which Very good. All right, let's do reach those hips down. If you have that, this is such a good pose and movement for you. Those knees behind the back, clasping, pull the arms away from you. You can breathe it in, breathe it out. 2 Inhale, lean forward, exhale, forward fold. Keep lifting the arms up over the head. Now your hands might not be this high, yours might be closer to your bum. That's okay. As the shoulders will start to open up and release, the range will increase. Inhale, release those hands down, back into your plank. Let's go into our chaturanga. Look up, look up, look up, breathe it in. And child's pose. Stretch it out. Or forward, back into downward facing dog. We're going to take the right leg up. Inhale, reach it to the sky. Step it through. We come up into your high lunge. So, option step for me, sort of, but it's shoulder issues. Or you can bring your hands to your heart center, or alternatively hands onto your hips. As I mentioned at the beginning of the practice, if that high lunge is just a bit too much for you today, just drop that back knee down. And again, we're going to bring hands to your heart center, grow foot, take it back a little further, open up, warrior two. Hold your position here, breathe. Arms are extending. Take 2 more breaths. And then inhale, cup back into plank, chaturanga, cobra, to down dog. Spread your fingers wide, lengthen through the heels. On your next inhale, left leg reaching towards the sky. Look where you're stepping, step that foot through, come into your high lunge. Try to focus on the to help you. Go back heel, so hands towards your heart center. Maybe take that back leg away and open up into warrior two. Breathe. So draw your shoulders back and look over that left hand. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Hold. Good last breath here. Inhale, hands back to the mat. One more plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Squeeze your bum and back. We're going to bend the knees, look forward. We're going to take a step this time with your left foot wide. Right. Again, just be gentle with yourself. Down, bum to sky, square your feet. One more forward fold here. This time, I want you to grab the back of your legs, could be the heels, the calves, and lower that spine down. Now you can bend the knees, which I actually prefer for myself. Just gives my back a bit more of a stretch, especially first thing in the morning, and then as the day continues, this will get easier and easier. 2 more breaths. Now bend your knees. We're going to sit back into a squat. Your chest halfway up, arms reach forward, a deep chair pose here. So tuck that tailbone under a little and draw your shoulders back. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. As you inhale, come up to the squeeze your palm. Exhale, hands to your heart center, release your arms and shake the arms and legs out. We're going to go sideways onto your mat. So sideways, take your feet wide again. We're going to do some hip circles. Actually, I should face you as opposed to showing you my butt. Okay, so just 2 to 3 circles each direction. We're going to come into triangle pose next. So you can step or jump your feet wide. Turn your right foot out to the side and left foot, just push the heel back a little bit. Arms extend. When you're ready, inhale, reach towards that right foot. Hand will come down, either resting lightly or pressing into the shin, and twist open. Hold your pose. Good, take one more breath here. And then we're going to reach that left hand forward and down onto that right shin bone. What I want you to do is, if you're not able to bring your fingertips onto the mat, have your hands onto the onto the shin bone. Push your back heel away and adjusting that footing. And now come into a forward fold. So pyramid pose. Lengthen your spine down. 2 more breaths. So with this one, be mindful your bum doesn't stick out to the right. As quite a common move, and I do it as well. Push your bum back to the back of your mat and you'll notice the difference through the hamstring and hopefully through the calf. Now bend your front leg. We're going to come into one more lunge. So fingertips are down. Lift your back heel. Left hand stays on the floor. And let's twist to your right. Open, open, open. Again, keep that front foot flat, so we're not using so much of the knee. We want to get the glute switched on. 2 more breaths. You don't have to look up. You can always look sideways or to the floor. All right, bring your hands back down. Keep that front knee bent. Sweep the arms to the sky. Big deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands down. All right, straighten your legs. Let's turn to face the other direction. So, triangle pose. Left foot turns out, right foot to the side. Open wide, big deep breath in, and reach it towards that left foot and come into your triangle. Breathe. Again, with your head position, those of you with high blood pressure and dizziness, you can look up, but it might start to trigger that. So for grounding, look to the floor. 1 more breath. Australia is so noisy. All right, we're going to come into your pyramid pose. So bring your right hand onto that shin bone, adjust back, maybe bring it in. And then lower the spine down that left leg. Breathe. Now, if you find this is really tight, bend that left knee a little bit and lower the head towards your shin bone. Relax your shoulders here, you're doing great. 2 more breaths. Nice work. All right, we're going to come into your low lunge. So lift the back heel. And up, what we're going to do is walk towards the middle of your mat. So now I'm going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Take your feet a little bit wider, keep them facing forward, or to the side I should say. Hands onto the mat or onto your shin bones, and shift your weight slightly forward and down and head towards, if not on the mat. So with the wide-legged fold, try not to sit your weight back onto the heels. Bring them a little bit more forward onto the middle and front part of the foot. Belly in. 2 more breaths. So a nice little inversion here to bring circulation back up through to the head. Well done. Right, inhale, lift up halfway. Left hand stays onto the mat. Again, so nice flat back. Reach the right arm to the sky. Big deep breath in. Breathe it out, reach it forward and down. Let's change sides. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, reach it forward and down. Let's do one more round. Inhale, twist open. And exhale, rotate. Last one. Inhale, left arm. And exhale, release, hands down. Good. Okay, we're gonna make our way onto the floor. So, a bit of play. I don't think I've done this one before in class. So what you're going to do is walk your hands forward, walk your feet forward as well towards the edge of the mat. Now from here, you're gonna need a little bit of trust. You're gonna walk your feet out wide as you can go. So the lower your bum, the easier this is gonna be. Now walk your hands, I can already hear it, you're saying no, no, no. Walk your hands through your legs and keep leaning forward with your chest, and you're gonna slowly, 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 slowly make your way down into a wide-legged seated position. It's a little bit of tipping the balance. If you're too upright, you're gonna plonk. So stay forward and then make your way down. Okay, it's all right, you can call me crazy, eventually we'll get there. All right, right hand onto the shin bone, reach it towards the foot. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, reach over, extend. Full breath in. Full breath out, one more. Inhale, release. Exhale, back to center, one more of the other side. Reach towards that left side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lengthen. Now, it doesn't matter if you do the right instead of the left, as long as you do both sides. Well done. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. All right, swing your legs around towards the front of your mat. Place your hand, hip, squeeze your bum, press the floor away, big deep breath in. You exhale, lift the hip, pressing strong into the mat. 2 more breaths. And release. We're going to come into your boat pose next. Bend your knees, chest back, arms reach forward or onto the mat, just the fingertips. Lift one leg off the ground, and if you're able to, lift the other one and hold here. Breathe. Good, keep holding. Maybe take it up for 3, for 2, 1. All right, release onto your back. Just gently rock side to side, keep the knees hugged in. Happy baby, knees out towards your armpits, soles of the feet to the sky, and press the back into the mat. Again, regardless of the pose, we want to keep the rhythm of the breath the same. This helps to keep our nervous system calm. Tells our body that it's safe, and it can release the cortisol levels, the adrenaline, and the stress. There's a method to the madness. All right, we are just about there. Extend your left leg down, right knee to your chest with your left hand. We're going to take the knee across your body, open your right arm out to the side, coming to a spinal twist. So try to keep the shoulder on the floor more than the knee touching the ground. 2 more breaths. Inhale back to center and exhale, release, shake it out. All right, last one. Left knee hugs in, left arm opens out. When you're ready, take the knee across and open up into looking to the left side of your hand, or the left hand, I should say, left side of your body. Two more breaths. And once you're done, bring everything back to center. I did say gentle flow, but I do want to finish off with one more little core activation. So we will do it in a spinal twist. So arms wide. Now, 2 ways that you're going to do this. Either feet will stay on the floor and you just drop your knees side to side. So that's option 1. That's a little bit more gentle. Option 2, legs will come up 90 degrees and you're going to twist from here. So breathing as you're twisting. I like to exhale as I twist, but you might prefer to inhale as you twist. As long as you're breathing with your movement and not holding the breath, that's the main focus. All right, last 2 each side. Control that legs, and then when you're ready, bring everything back to center, hug it in. 1 more hip circles here, circling around, 3 to 5 each way. And you're going to come into your shavasana. I'm going to come into a seated position, but you are more than welcome to lie down on your back here. So I want you to shake out any and all remaining tension. Now you can also come into a seated position for the last bit. All right, close the eyes, take a big deep breath in and breathe it out.